Okay, guys, we're back. Can you hear me now, guys? I'm sure you... Okay. Please, if you can hear me, drop an emoji. Yes, so Kunle, I see you. Okay. Okay. Please keep joining. Please, let's keep the vibe. Keep joining. Keep joining. Thank you, Obasi. Thank you. Loud and clear. Thank you. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Let's keep it. Yes. Thank you. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Bola, I see you. Oh, thank you. Keep joining, guys. Tell a friend to tell a friend that something is happening. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Keep joining. Mr. Ima, I see you. Thank you. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Okay, so let me take you back. This is Nigezie Xtreme, and my name is Princess Peter. Yes, what's having you guys feast today? Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Oh shit! Somebody just said he has 200k to share. Please, we'll send you the account number so you can send it there. Yes. Mr. Rotimi, I see you. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Our guest will be coming on board very soon. Very soon. Mr. Fred, I see you. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Tell someone to tell someone that something is happening right there. Ade, I see you. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Yeah. VN007, I see you. Fideli, I see you. Thank you. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Gift, I see you. Okay, Fred, you can hear me. Thank you. Ade, they're asking of you, yeah. Oh, Bien, thank you. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Let's keep the vibe coming. Yeah. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Bien said Ade is in the Garden of Eden. Wow. Elijah, we are with you 100. Thank you. Please, if I keep reading comments, I don't know what I'll be doing. Okay, Fred says, I like your smile. Thank you. Bola, thank you. Much love. Okay, so our guest will be coming on board very soon. Our guest will be coming on board very soon. Very soon. Ade Tiger himself. Yes. Okay, guys, keep joining. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Okay. Oh God. Bien. Bola just said, are you single? I want to take you out. Wow. Fidelia. Thank you. I know I'm looking so fine. Yes, sir. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Let's keep the vibe rolling. Let's keep the vibe rolling. Let's keep the vibe rolling. Titi Cooties, yeah? Let's keep the vibe rolling. Let's keep the vibe rolling. Let's keep the vibe rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Yes, he's yeah. Okay, so guys, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Keep joining. Okay, message to Shegs. I'll tell him. FIFA dates this weekend. Okay. That's good. Guys, keep joining. BN is doing wonders in the comment section. Okay. The queen herself. Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. Hey. Okay, please join because of Titi Kuti. Join because of him, yes. Keep joining. Keep joining. Thank you. Keep joining. Keep joining. How many? Keep joining, guys. Keep joining. I'll have started playing song, so we'll be giving ourselves good vibes before the interview. Guys, keep joining. Keep joining. Okay. How you doing, Titi Kutsi? Can you hear me?
You hear me?
I can.
Oh,
I
great.
can.
How are you?
How you doing?
I'm
I'm
doing good.
beautiful.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Wow, people are already saying my new crush. Wow. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you
Yes.
very much. So, guys, we're speaking to Nollywood most wanted guy. Wow.
Ah. Hey.
Please take the title. Because if you know how many marriages you've broken because of this
Ha.
KOB,
Please, oh,
my
please,
dear.
please, please. May the marriages be fixed back. May they be joined and
Baby.
united.
How you doing, Ade?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's good to be here.
Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. I wouldn't want to dive down to any KOB thing right now. So I
Okay.
want to take you back
You want to take me
to
back?
when it
All
all
right.
started. Yes.
All right.
So I'd like to take you back to when it all started. So we know that you're a Nigerian actor, yes,
Okay.
producer,
Okay.
television presenter. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely. I can hear you. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
So yes, I can.
All right.
Beautiful. Television presenter and a model. Please,
Okay.
how did you start? How did you do all these things together? How's it for you?
All right, thank you. It's been a transition. I think it started from modeling first. That was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I started modeling very early, and that's pretty much how I was able to support myself through university. Not saying that my parents weren't doing their part, but a guy needs to have that extra money. So it actually started from modeling,
Sure.
and the first hit in that aspect came when I did a full exposure for a telecommunication brand. I'm not going to mention their name. So I
No
got really
problem.
popular. Yeah, I made some good cash, and that's how it all started. But as far as television is concerned, it started exactly on that seat you're sitting about 12 years ago. Yeah. Today is the
Okay.
15th, right? So
Yes.
16th of September would be my very first day, I think 2009, that I resumed in Nigezie.
Wow.
So that's how it all
Wow.
started.
Wow.
So if you check my post, I wrote something there. Nigezie is always home to me. There's a reason why, because I have a history with this place. I have a history with that chair you're sitting right now. So this was the start for me as far as the television journey was concerned. Um, I was a presenter for some time. Kwame would never let me rest. He would always say that I was underutilizing my capacities, and then he built me into a producer. And from there, I just got absorbed. I started presenting and producing at the same time, and then production just had the better part of me because shortly after the reality shows, Nigeria's Got Talent, Glow Nigeria Sings, all the big format events started coming through, and I worked on all these projects. So I have to go and beg God that time. I'm like, I need to expand myself, and so I just got to take it boldly, and that's how it all started. So that's how it
Wow.
started. Yeah.
That's a good one. From Nigezie Xtreme.
Yes,
Hmm.
so to the world.
To the world indeed. Okay,
Yeah.
so before I even talk about Nigezie, because I have a lot to talk
Mm.
about. So before I even go down to Nigezie questions, I know, please tell us about your educational background. Right from
Um,
being a graduate of industrial relations at Lagos State University. Please tell us about your educational background.
and you've done your homework now. You just said it. There's nothing more to say. So, if I were to go the academic route, I should be a HR practitioner. But
Mm-hmm.
that was never my passion. I've been doing media, commercials and things since I was in 200 level in university. So I already knew where I was going. And even way before then, when I was growing up, I've always been a crafty person. I've always been tilted towards the arts and creativity. And I think my parents observed it for the longest time as a child. And they didn't really, they were strict in their ways. They had their emphasis on education and stuff. But they didn't really, yeah, they didn't really give me any issues in regards, supporting, well, maybe not directly supporting, but allowing me to explore and try to develop myself in the arts that I have interest in. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
But what developed your interest in modeling?
Okay. It started from my eccentric dressing. I used to dress very eccentric. Yes, I still do sometimes, but it's now these days it's a little toned down. There's a touch of it's not as wild as it used to be. But there were times that I used to dress very
Mm-hmm.
eccentric back in the days. I was always about expression, and when you grow up in a society like Nigeria, where everybody expects the child to have a low cut and live a certain kind of life, and then I, who comes from a street family, is wearing dreadlock. So there were just backlashes sometimes, even to my parents, like, why are they allowing me to do this? Why are they allowing me to do that? But they just never caged me in that aspect. Their strictness and their principles never stopped me from being expressive. As a matter of fact, it was a propellant because I I knew that my parents were allowing me to do these things, which they could have stopped. So I felt responsible for not betraying or disappointing that level of trust that they had, and just staying straight irrespective. So the interest has always been from my quest for expression. I always wanted to be expressive, and it started with my dress. And I met the owner of a modeling agency sometime back. That was in 2002. At an event or something. And he saw how I was dressed. He saw how I combined my native attire, and that was, he just approached me, and I was on board. So he hooked me up with a photo session. I think it was in Shola Studios back then. Yeah, I think Shola Studios, and then there was this other guy that was in Airport Hotel, Hotline Models. Yeah, these were the two guys that started hooking me up. From the minute I went to the first audition, I had about 6 more agents who were interested in working with me. And
Wow.
that's how we started. I started doing runway. I didn't really look for long, but that's how it started expanding. And I didn't lose interest in the industry until the structure started falling apart. You know, models weren't getting briefed anymore for, you go to an audition that you expect to see 20, then you see 60-year-olds, and then you're wondering why you wanted everybody to, and there's like 5,000 people. And then, naturally that demand started affecting the value for models,
Wow.
and then yeah, so that it was, so for me, that was when I decided it was time to take the leap to know, sure, let's just leave money on the side. It can still come back, but there's more frontiers to conquer, and my next target was television, and Nigezie was on my radar. I shot my
Yes,
shot and I
sir.
got it.
Wow, that's good. Okay, so tell us, how's your experience like working with Nigezie?
Well, I'm sure it can't be much different from what you're experiencing now, because Kwame is that's one of the most grounded people that I know. His principles don't change. I think majority of people who would work with him would definitely have similar experiences. He's not going to let you lay around.
So,
He'll beat you till you. He'll beat the best out of you. Like he will beat the best. Like he will push you. He will motivate you. Sometimes very harsh. Sometimes very hard. I've always been a strong, good person. I've always been one for risk taking. I've always been one who you wake up in the morning and tell me let's go to the jungle and I'm going to follow you without thinking twice. Just give me the right dream. So yes, I had my ride or die moments with Kwame for a very long time. I'm sure he too can say the same thing. Like, doing with everybody there was a soldier, no doubt about it. My era,
yes,
everybody was a
sir.
soldier. Everybody in my era, Patrick Kelly's, No Dash, Yinka Baby, a lot of them, everybody was a soldier. So, and it was just because of the person that we were working with. He was a commander. So it's a
Wow,
similar
yes,
experience. I'm sure it's the same thing
true.
that you're going through now. He's not going to let you lay around and just use one of your talents. Now he will beat out other talents from you
Oh, that's
if you
okay.
like it or not. So it was an amazing experience. It worked well with the kind of person that I am. Because if I wasn't in the
Yeah.
media, the only other profession I probably would have considered is the military, and that's honest truth. The military
Wow.
is yeah. If I wasn't, I'll probably be a soldier. That's
Why?
that was, I don't know. That's just something about me that just connected with the structure, the order, the selflessness, the fact that you can live for values that could benefit other people, or you can live for other people. I've just always had my direction towards my perception to life, even from childhood, has always been in that direction. So my first love was actually the military. My
Wow.
first love was the military. So but then the creativity came in, and media. So for me, that military background, I went to the military school for a very short time. I'm not going to reveal. Yes, so that toughness, doggedness of let's get it done, let's push hard to get it. I found that in Kwame. Yeah, and as
True.
much as we had
True.
plenty of fights, as a matter of fact, there were days that whole building was shaking where we were having heated arguments. Yeah, because there are times that Kwame would leave boss, would come to your level, and you guys would slug it out. So there were times that building was shaking, like literally vibrating, but it was all for the best. Eventually, whatever was the reason that caused those heated arguments was turned out to be amazing creative experts. So many of them. So I have beautiful memories with Nigeria. When I say beautiful, it doesn't mean buttered with rose. Yes, I have beautiful memories. Yeah.
The 100%, you're correct. The
Absolutely.
100. Okay, so please tell us, what's your style of acting?
Um, I think that's the 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 crux of every actor's career is versatility, not having one particular style. Because having one style is what leads to typecasting. You get. So for me, I think it's embodiment of the character. That's what my style of acting is. You give me a script, I don't want to act the role. I want to become the person.
Become the person.
Yeah.
True.
So
True.
sometimes it takes time. Unfortunately, because of the way the industry is in Nigeria, sometimes the producers are working on the excuse me.
Sorry.
Producers are working on a very tight timeline, so they don't really have that time to give you to absorb the character like that. And sometimes it tells in your delivery. Some other times, along the way, you get into it, which is why sometimes you watch some films, you realize that this actor at some point, he didn't seem too strong, and at another point, the guy just picked up because that was the point that he embodied the character. So for me, I think my style is embodying the character. That's the style. I don't want to be typecasted as that. I like the whole John Wick, like push perception. It's sweet.
Yes.
But the people who acted those films, go and check their track history. They've gone into things that are totally far from what they are known for. Like I've seen Arnold till now is possibly known as Commando. I've seen him act romantic comedies. I've seen Sylvester Stallone, who is still today known as Rambo for his actions. I've seen him act romantic films. So look at Will Smith. So you just got to be able to push yourself. Look at people like Jamie Foxx, moving from comedy to acting in serious. So that's your challenge. That's your challenge as an actor, and that is my challenge too. So for me, the next challenge I'm looking forward to is not another John Wick related kind of or it's totally different from what everybody has seen, so they can see different side. Your ability to harness and control and deliver emotions. You get me? So that's the style. Sure. The style for me is absorb the character.
Wow. Thank you. Okay, so let's talk about the movie industry. What do you think are the keys to being relevant in this industry?
There is no stereotype way to go about it. It's just it's not going to be easy, that's for sure. Because sometimes the journey could take longer, sometimes the journey could take shorter, and even with all the talents in the world, you still need grace. Sometimes grace will just put some things in your front, but when grace comes, you have to be ready. That's the point I'm getting. You gotta be ready to take advantage of opportunity when it comes, which is where self-development comes. As an actor, what you got to do is every time self-development. Subscribe to master classes. Find actors that you like. Watch their films. Listen to their master classes. Just learn from them. Find a way to develop yourself. Grow in versatility across different characters. So irrespective of where the opportunity might come, at least you will have experienced it in training. It shouldn't. So that's the first thing. Once you as an actor are able to understand the development part, you got to continue developing yourself. Like all the big actors that you see, Sola Shibowale, you think that woman is just a wizard because she fell from the sky. That woman doesn't stop. She does not stop developing herself. She doesn't stop. So she does not, even when she's presumably having some rest time in the UK with her family and stuff, she does not stop trying to build. R&D, insert, Tony. Look at all of them. They don't stop. Sometimes you see these things that they do on TikTok. It's not just for fun. That's a way to. So you got to continue developing yourself as an actor, and then when the opportunity comes, be ready for it. Secondly, is understanding what you want for yourself. If you want to be the actor that wants to be everywhere and all of that, pursue that by all means. And if you want to be the actor that wants to be selective or specific about you want to tailor a storyline for yourself as far as career is concerned, it's going to be a lot more difficult, because if that is what you are doing to put food on the table, it's not going to be easy to say no to some roles. But you just got to be, you got to do what you got to do. It's not going to be easy. Either ways, you got to do what you got to do. So decide for yourself what you want. If you want to be the actor that every series, every film, everything is there, yeah, by all means pursue that. Keep working. Once you knock one off and it's real nice, other people will call you. When you reach out to other people also, they will definitely, but decide for yourself. So for me, those are the first two things. The rest of it is totally reliant on grace. The rest of it. Develop yourself, know what you want for yourself, and tailor yourself in that direction, and then grace.
Wow, that's good. Like I'm getting different names here. President of the Sweet Boy Association. Wow. It is hot today. Please just be calm and receive everything. Yes. Okay. So please let's go down to. Yes, please receive all the love from everybody. yes, positive
I love you
energy. That's
guys. I
why.
love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Please, let's keep the vibe coming. Let's keep asking our questions. Okay, so another one. Let's come down to KOB, King of Boys.
Okay.
Were you surprised by the reception, especially for you in this movie? What did you think happened differently for you?
Okay. I think every good thing that happens to a person sometimes would come with some element of surprise. When I was on set acting the film, or even from before I took on the role and all of that, it wasn't about money or even fame and all of those things. It was about, taking a risk with somebody who is willing to throw everything. And that is what Kemi Adetiba is, a risk taker like she's. And for me, that is an irresistible character. Like, I cannot resist you if you are all about taking. That's the reason why I also couldn't resist Kwame. Because Kwame is that's the biggest, like. So Kemi has that risk taking, relentless spirit. She just wants to do it. Like, let's try it. And wake me up in the morning, I'm on board. Like, I want to, let's go and bungee jump. Is it bungee or bungee jump? Let's go and bungee jump blindfolded. Not knowing what is at the bottom of the rock. As long as I have a picture of a dream in my head and I key into that dream, that's it. So it wasn't for any of the accolades. Yeah, it was basically seeing this through. Like, we got to do this. We actually got to do this. Like, this is something we have to do. Like, it's we were all, and that same thing for every other actor, Shola Shobowale, all of them. We were all at a different level of perception. It was beyond money or anything, and that's the reason why everybody was like a blockchain. No weak links, because everybody had everybody's back. Trust me, there were times that we shot scenes, some particular scenes, 10 times. We shot it 10 times. Yes, there were those days that, if it's not one technical problem, there were those crazy days, and there were lots of them. Because of the daring thing we're trying to do with the film, we had daring challenges confronting us. You can't imagine. But everybody stayed through in spirit. 100. 100. There were days that we were supposed to have one scene, and that one scene would take us into 5 in the morning. Like that crazy. And everybody's energy bar. Like, when Kemi wants to get weak, when she looks at her actors, the energy bar is 100%. So when every actor is, feeling that tiredness, you look at the energy from everybody else, your bar turns up 200%. So that's how, I think that's the reason why the film turned out this way. And it's very satisfying. It's very, it's a very exciting thing. It's an undescribable feeling of a combination of satisfaction and relief. Because for me, it's not just about me alone. It's about, the film itself, KOB, and Nollywood in general. Like, seeing this film having this much acceptance, knowing the positioning, not just in Nigeria, but globally for Nollywood. So this, for me, even before starting, it elevated beyond me a long time ago. So as much as I appreciate all the love I'm getting, it has always been beyond me. It's not, I'm just one person in the picture, and I'm happy about the appreciation. But trust me, it's a bigger picture. It's the whole KOB team, it's the director, it's Nollywood, it's the audience, like the voices on social media, the kind of things that people are saying about this film. You guys are doing amazing. Like, you guys are paying the attention of the world on this film. So it's everybody. It's actually everybody. It's not. I mean, everybody is everybody, and it feels amazing. It's totally amazing.
Okay, was KOB your first film?
Actually, it wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think at some point, some of the films that I've been in will start to resurface. But it wasn't my first major role. But it was. Well, this is the one now that has gotten the highest popularity. So even when I was in Nigezie, my partner knows about this. There were days that we would have fights because I used to sneak to go and act in this. It was Emerald back then. Yes, they had their little studio in Ombatu, so yeah. So I just do what I got to do at the studio. I head out for 2 hours thereabout. And if you know Nigeria, you know that in 2 hours so much can go wrong. So you got to keep an eye on your job. So at some point when I realized that it was going to cause a friction between me, and I had to open up to him like, okay, I'm acting on the side, and
Do
I have this
something
project
else.
I'm
So.
doing. I have this project I'm doing, and I'll be done as soon. So then, all right, it's all right. As long as your work is not affected, that's no condition. As long, I don't care if you just once your work is not affected, me and you will not have problem. If your work is accepted, I don't want to hear anything. So I had to work extra hours sometimes. Sometimes I would even sleep in the studio. It was a good time. It was good memories. You sleep in the studio overnight. Some of my guys would sleep in the studio overnight too because everybody had things they wanted to try and do to try and expand themselves too. And we had to make Nigezie work. Nigezie was a part of our bloodstream. It wasn't a job. It was our bloodstream. We couldn't let that project was our baby. So everybody would go the extra mile. So I started with Emerald series back then. It was produced by Ima Oduma. I've had a couple of other features in other series. African Magic Hustle. I was a producer on the show, but it started from being a one-off, which is sometimes when we have problems with day players and things, they just become impossible. I just pick up the script and then what they did was they made my character a resident character in the series. So when we had those issues where we had problems, they would just write my character into that episode. And so I've had my and Shola Shibawale was on that project as an actor, and she would also not let me rest. She would always be like, look, a lot of actors that have been acting for years are now learning production, trying to produce their own films and stuff. You have already learned production. Like, why don't you just push this acting a little? And I had, it's like she was speaking what was already behind my mind, because I'm not the kind of person that believes that, oh, you got to do one thing at a time. It's good to have that. But sometimes, if you know that you can carry the weight of both of them, be ready. That's my own. Because if you're not ready, you got to be ready to try and carry the both of them and push both of them. So I've always thought to myself, like, there's no reason why I cannot also, push my acting despite being a producer. And there were those times that I went for auditions too, and I met actors that I casted for my own project, and they were like, okay, you know, they also this and also with us. But I was never ashamed of those things. I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was trying to do. So, I carried both. After also, I did a complete season, 2 seasons of a 90s blockbuster that was remade. It's called Palace.
Wow.
Yes. So Palace, but it was an exclusive show to AIT Luda Communications. We couldn't finish production. We never went beyond 2 seasons, but for a long time, those 2 seasons were on loop in AIT for some time. There was issues then. I think it was shortly before or after the election, so we couldn't complete. So, and that was the major role too. That was the lead role. It was myself and the same Shola Shibawale. You get me? I was in the film too. I did it for support and a couple of other people. So some of these projects have been there. People would, if they go back to you, they'll remember my face, like, oh, this guy that was in Hustle, this guy that was, you get me. And it's now that all of those refreshers would come because of
come back, right?
Yes, so I'm not entirely new to it, but I would say yes, this is probably still the biggest exposure for my acting.
Okay, thank you very much. So guys, keep the question coming. And don't forget, it's still Nigezie Xtreme. Okay, so Titi was still with you. Another one, were you surprised at the fact that Kemi Adetiba decided to make you such a lead in this movie, like KOB2?
Yes, thank you for that question. I've discussed this. I think I discussed this when I was speaking to Ebuka earlier, and it is one of the reasons why I took on the challenge. Because usually, when films are being written and cast are being considered on this side of the world, that's in Africa, Nigeria specifically, there is always a lot of emphasis on the marketing perspective of things, like, which actor has a brand or has, a weight. So I know that when Kemi was writing the script, she will have had advisors that will have advised her back then, not to, like, we know this guy has got potential and all of that, he's great, but from a marketing perspective, I mean, there are other people in this film that have more weight as far as marketing is concerned, as far as, positioning is concerned. And so you can write the story around these people, but she wanted what she wanted. And the first conversation me and her had, um, she didn't, there was no flinching in her voice. There was no, there was no doubt. It could have been in her mind, but in her voice, there was no doubt. In her question to me, there was no doubt. Her question was not, are you going to do it? Or do you think you can do it? Are you up to this? It was, will you do it?
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, you bet. So she was all right. And this was even before she finished writing the script. So she, she finished and she sent me the script. And what I did was I disengaged for 1 month.
Why?
From everything, because I wanted to
Focus.
the first 2 weeks I was just rolling on my head and just dying and waking up again from the twists and turns in the script. It's the twists and turns that is killing everybody now. So those ones that were killed, all the actors, imagine the actors actually reading what they are going to deliver. The twists and turns killed every single actor. There's no actor that read Kilby's script that did not read it at least 4 more times. The twist was insane. Like just when you think you have it figured out, Kemi just takes you. So the first 2 weeks were just reading. I was amazed at the same time. I was embodying the story. The story first. Then the other 2 weeks was embodying the character. I acted in pattern already, so I knew what was expected.
Yes.
I knew what had to, I knew the switch ups. So that was what I did with the extra 2 weeks, and then we came on set, and then from day one, there was no, for me, like I said, if you're willing to take a risk with me, or you're willing to take a chance, or you're willing to take a risk with anything, or with a dream, let's just put it that way, take a risk with a dream, and I came to that dream, I would do anything and everything. Like, I would go over and beyond. I would ride with you, like I would ride or die. I would ride you to the very end. So that's what happened. So it wasn't it wasn't just surprise. It was understanding that she might have been discouraged from it. Understanding that she might have been discouraged from it, yes. From a marketing perspective. And you can't blame anybody. Everybody's looking for her. At least let me recover my resources. Whoever is putting the money down, there's not really much backing for the film industry in Nigeria. So everybody's sourcing money from independent sources. So nobody wants to put money down and gamble much like that. Nobody has that, well, except Kemi Adetiba now, though. So most people would bank on what is reliable. Like, okay, but Kemi was not going to do that. She was like, this is the person that is going to, because I think it was from my delivery in the first one, she realized that, and I don't even think there was supposed to be a part 2, in all honesty.
Not honesty, yes.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a one-off. Let the film end there. It was the voice of you guys. You guys are the ones that caused part 2. You are the ones that caused all this
the return
that is going on right now, because you guys demanded it. You guys were not going to have enough. You wanted more. More. So kudos to the voices of all the audience and everybody watching. You guys are actually the ones that make this film happen. You guys, we are just pawns. We are just key players, just doing our bit. You guys are the ones that put your foot down, that you wanted to pursue. And that is what has become this grand, grand reception that, and not just in Nigeria, all over the world, that we are having over such an amazing film out of Nollywood.
Look, at any point in time, did you feel you could not do this KOB, the Return of King of Boys 2? When you got the script, did you feel, oh, I think I should just return it back to her? I can't do this. At any point in time, did you feel that?
I would
after reading it,
there was no point. I'm a very daring risk taker myself. I've risked several things, like, mostly positives though. I mean, and this is something that Kwame can attest to. There were times that I experimented crazy things with shows that were under my tutelage, and it became serious fights, huge fights, and I'll still do it again next time. Yeah. So I'm not new to being daring, or I'm not new to. That's my basic makeup as a person. All right. So when I saw the script, I saw it as a challenge, and then when I saw Kemi's confidence to, like, knowing, I knew in my mind, like, I already knew that one way or the other, except it is not in the will of God for I knew the extent I was willing to give blood. People I've worked with can tell this much about me. How much I can, once I see your dream, I can give blood and sweat. So I knew how much blood and sweat I was willing to give for KOB. I
Just for
already
this
knew. I
project.
knew it.
Wow.
Yeah. So there was no flinching from. There were times that the self-doubt didn't come from doing the project. It came from being satisfied with your delivery. Sometimes there were times that I had scenes that I went to meet Kemi back, like, Kemi, I think I could have punched a little further with this scene. And then she'd be like, she's the director, so if it's okay, once Kemi tells you it's okay, just believe it's okay. Don't argue, even if you're not satisfied. Because what you're saying, you cannot see. And there were other times that she would like, it seemed as if I just spoke her mind, like, you know what? And then she would just rally around the other cast, you know what? And the tiger says, if you want, you could punch this a little further. And before she lands, everybody is ready. And the same thing for the crew. Amazing crew. Many of them I've worked with though, behind the scenes. So many of them already knew me I think that kind of helped. It helped foster once they hear that, okay, this is the guy that's trying to get something done. Everybody's on board because I'd worked with 90% of the crew already as a producer, different capacities of production management. So for me, those are the only times that there was a little bit of self-doubt in the satisfaction of my delivery of some songs. So I'm just happy it all worked out well.
Wow, thank you very much. Yes, it's a deity guy himself. Guess so. Thank you very much. So, okay, we know a lot of people say Nollywood needs to shoot more of their movies in English so a wider audience can accept it. What do you think about the cultural tilt in KOB movie? Like, what do you think about the language barrier? Because a lot of people don't understand the proverbs in Yoruba. What do you think about it?
Thank you very much. This is a very valid question that has been it's been plaguing the industry for some time. And I would like to, because I'm not all knowing, the little I know is what I would share. But in my own experience and from what I can see, my position is that it's a step in the right direction. You cannot eliminate the influence of language in narrative. What we're selling in Nollywood is actually narratives. All right, and I mean, the Western world that you're trying to appeal to, also, if you want global acceptance for something, and then you're trying to, everybody's talking out of the center of their nose, with their noses raised, and you can't do it better than those who own the language. So, and that is not even that's not your language. It's not your narrative. So what KOB did was a proper mix. For the past that English had to be spoken, English was spoken very clearly. There wasn't anybody in KOB that was talking out of their nose. No. I know some people say Taiwan Jagila, I say that's how on TikTok. She's like that. She's been a seasoned actor in the UK for years. So that's not how. And same thing goes for Insane. So nobody was talking out of their noses. It was clear. And there are some idioms, there are some proverbs that you cannot feel the weight of the punch except it is spoken in that language.
In that language,
because you can have the translation, and that's the reason why you have a subtitle. So read the translation to understand the language. But there's an expression that comes with those idioms when you're speaking it in the proper dialect. It comes with an expression. It comes with a mood. So you can't. I mean, look at how many films have won Oscars. So there are films that have won Oscars that did not have one English word. And there are also films that have had great potential, even Nigerian films, I'm not going to mention the names, that what downplayed them was the fact that there was no language
of
the narrative that they were trying to sell, because people are reading about Nigeria, people are reading about Africa, people know the African stories, people are reading about these things. So when you as an African is trying to tell those stories and then you remove the language that is an integral part of that narrative, you have taken 50% of your credibility out already. Without knowing it. So no matter how good your film does, it cannot do beyond 50%. So, and I'm happy that KOB has been bold. There are a few other films that have done, stuff like that. Wedding Party did the same thing too. More of that. We're not saying that everybody should now come and be shooting only Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa. No, we're saying that there's a way to infuse it. You got to put in the narrative. You got to put in that language. You can't have that narrative without the language. All right, so that is my position and my two-cover opinion, if it is worth anything.
Thank Thank you very much. Guys, keep the question coming. We'll ask him everything, and I'm sure he's ready to answer, right?
Today is a hot seat. Today is a hot seat.
Okay. Please. Okay, so we know that streaming platforms are good for everyone because we know it's changing the game from everything that everyone has thought of. But what do you think about this thing? Don't you think people are wasting their money? Are people really getting the worth of their money, subscribing to different decoders? And yes, we know streaming platforms are there for us. We can just on our phone and watch it. What do you think about it? Is it a good start for us?
Okay. My perception for that is the world is fast becoming more and more dynamic by the days. Okay. Creating conveniences for content creators uh, to sell their content and for content consumers to also consume their content. So, in the interest of that dynamism, one doesn't pull out the other. Although at some point, the evolution is the only thing that you cannot stop in life. Change, it happens even in humanity. So even technology will evolve. So we'll get to a point where we'll know the direction when that time comes. But for now, I don't think anybody should say, all of them have their advantages. Like that's something that they are more on the mobile phone is a world of its own now.
True.
You get me? And so is the television set. You get me? The television is a world of its own. So it depends on whichever suits your convenience. And sometimes you want the option of both. Like, okay, when I'm at home or when I'm on the road, when I'm working or when I'm away from work, you want that. All of these things is there created for humanity to have variety. So I mean, I don't think it's
you don't think it's taking the face of
yeah,
people that what you don't think
positives.
so?
You gotta look at the positives. You gotta look at it. It's not. It might be a competition, but it's a welcome competition. It's a friendly competition. It's competition that is tilted towards growth. Both industries can only expand better with that competition. So it's not taking the face of anything. If you subscribe to your Star Times or to whatever other decoder, you have endless variety there that that you have access to. If you also subscribe to a streaming platform, you have variety there so it depends on your choice. So the more the variety, the more entertainment that you have access to have. That's how I see it.
Wow, thank you very much. Okay, so what's your favorite scene in KOB, The Return of the King of Boys? What's your favorite scene there? What scene do you love?
I have too many favorite scenes. Too many.
Okay.
And I really can't put them in hierarchy because besides the results that we're seeing on TV, I'm also connected to some of those scenes because I was there on set to witness what went into making those things happen. A number of them. So what I have is I have my favorite scenes for different actors. I don't think I have an overall favorite scene. For me, mathematically, I would say the first two scenes, the two scenes that I would say are my first on hierarchy are one, the scene after the airport pickup when we were in the
okay. Yes.
I don't understand why I'm so connected to that scene.
Why?
Because that is the first thing that actually highlights Adi Tiger in a different light. If you notice in that scene, at some point my eyes were clouded with water. I was about to cry, but somehow Adi Tiger took over again, and the tears didn't drop. So that scene spoke more emotions. It spoke emotions into Adi Tiger's character. Like, okay, this is a human being. He's not just a stone cold killer that doesn't look it. He's actually a human being. He has a human touch. The second scene would also be the scene where me and her were at the table, and then I was telling her what was going on, and I was angry with her. I was angry, but I really should because I know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to her, so but I was angry that we just got back into town. Our enemies are riding on us. Things are going on. You're talking about election and stuff like that. So I was angry, but so it showed that also showed the connection. Like, okay, this guy is not just that. This guy is he's assuming he's becoming that son that is left for her. That child that is left, that genuinely cares for her beyond just the dirty work. And of course, the third scene, it has to be the scene at the end, the one that, where I eventually,
Killed everybody.
you get me? Pledge my undying loyalty to her. So those three
Yeah.
things, as I said, they are not in hierarchy of which comes first.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? They are not in hierarchy. Those three scenes are big for me. I like every other scene, but those three scenes are big for me. So if you want me to go on with every other character one by one, I can do it because it's a long list. It's a long list. But Efa Iwara, amazing scene. The scene of the bomb blast. That was a
Yes.
scene. That was a scene. That was huge. That was huge for Shola Shebohale. Every scene.
Every scene I did.
Every scene, man.
I'm so sure.
That's the genie in the lamp as far as acting is concerned. That lady's a genie. Just scratch the genie, she will deliver everything, man.
Deliver.
For
Thank you.
Inse, it must have been the scene where she and Shola Shebohale. Wait, why are we doing this? There are people who haven't watched this movie. Spoiler alert!
Are you sure?
Trust me, there are people who still haven't watched the movie, so we're just going to keep it at the little that we've disclosed already.
Okay, I think that's true. I think that's true.
So just grab your Netflix subscription and go watch King of Boys, and
if you have not seen it, let me go by the band voice. You're on a long thing.
You get
a
me.
Very long one. You get me? Okay, so you've been in this game for quite a while, Titi, and you've done TV, you've been a presenter, acting, producer, modeling. You've done a lot. Okay, so what can you say about the things that are happening in the industry right now? Are we where we should be? Are you happy with where we are right now? What can you say?
I think no content creator is satisfied with where they are. Even when they are at the top. And that is something I also learned from Kwame. You can't just be satisfied. You can't. So it's been the past 20 years specifically have been tremendous. I must say it's been a tremendous leap from what it used to be before then. It's like the Millennium Bug beat the Nollywood industry differently. That's why 2K bug year 2000 that everybody thought computers were going to explode and the world was going to end. All that. That Millennium Bug beats Nollywood differently. So it's been quite a transition. We've been taking geometric strides. The amount of strides taken within the past 20 years and the last 10 years, as compared to those taken within the last 10 years and now, people are doing more. People are more invested in investing in Nollywood as an industry. So we are definitely not where we should be. Like there is still so much. There is so many people who are out of the country right now who are in different places, learning and developing themselves because they want to come and tell Nollywood stories. So a time is coming when, and it's gonna come when although it will take a lot, but it will eventually come when Nollywood movies will be at par with Hollywood movies, like at par, legit. So our narratives are already getting that strong. And the delivery is also getting that strong. There are a couple of, I've seen a number of, even on Netflix and, I've seen a number of new films from not just Nigeria, from Africa that, I'm like, wow. So I'm seeing the progress and it's rapid, it's geometric. All right. So we just need to forge ahead now and not lose that steam. All right. We have some champions in the industry that are actually, they're not relenting, irrespective of whatever happens, they're not relenting. And more grace to them. More powerful. I don't need to mention all their names. These people I'm talking about. They are champions in the industry right now, and they are, So we just need to continue pressing on. We don't still have a film village in Nigeria. I know people have tried, and more effort and kudos to them because that's what it takes. These things are huge investments. If you watch American films or watch European films and foreign films, by the time you check their end credits, you would see all the big studios that have participated, and these guys have their own films. Like that, they have enough money to bankroll their own films, but because they understand the importance of collaboration, you can't. Let's collaborate to get this done. It doesn't mean we'll not be competition on the next project, but this one, let's collaborate. So we still need to get to that point of collaboration where, we can have big media outfits that will be willing to put in their resources joined to produce stuff. We're getting there gradually, and I think that's the next step for us. Once that starts to happen, you start to see a new turn of, because trust me, the skill is here now. A lot of Hollywood, Nollywood directors, Nollywood, they have the skill, trained abroad. Some even train here, but their delivery, you not the person who went to New York for academy will not come and do anything different. So we trained here, trained from scratch, from being best boys in light to carrying. Even from Nigezie, there are so many guys that, I mean, just do your research. You will be shocked. You will be shocked how many people started from that building that you are, and they learn every day because come and give everybody the platform. You understand?
True,
Like they
true,
learn to do
100.
what you can. And these guys actually they are doing things around the world, around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So with that kind of perception, if you have more people like that in the industry, which we do, open to collaborations and participations, that's the next level. That's the next level. We need to get a film village in Nigeria at some point, but it can't happen. There is no individual that can shoulder that kind of expense. The financial obligation to set that kind of thing up is not something that an individual can carry. You need a pool of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Wow,
once
wow,
we have that
wow.
perception that is for all of us, when B wants to
Mm-hmm.
shoot, it's there. When B wants to shoot, it's
Yeah.
there. So when that comes, then we know we're
I
turning the
think
new page.
everybody should just work together. I think we
Yeah.
need that unity, that love between everyone. Okay, so should we await a second season now that it's a series? Please. Should we?
Well, what I would say is from your mouth to the producers'
No, let's
ears.
it be that they heard it first from Nigezie Xtreme.
Well,
Let's it be that.
what I would say, yeah, is
Mm-hmm.
the reason why this second one happened, or the reason why it
Mm-hmm.
even became a season film, because it could have just been a continuity that was a normal film, 2 hours. It's because of the audience. So it is your voices that will determine if there will be a continuity. It's your voices. If you want it, it will happen. Like I said, every producer, executive producer, we are all just pawns doing our bits, contributing our part to provide the valued entertainment that you want to see. So it depends on the audience. If you guys want to see it, they will hear your voices and it will happen.
Okay, okay. So please, what was your most challenging role in the King of Boys, the Return of King of Boys? What any parts that made you feel, can I keep going?
Mm. I think I answered that question earlier. There was no part that every challenge. There were days that we had to come back and reshoot scenes that we shot because, either after watching, Kemi just wasn't satisfied or something, and that's what it takes. Sometimes it's not every producer that has that kind of spirit, because for if you know production, well, you know that every minute costs money. So every time you are reshooting a scene, it is coming down to finances and resources. It's not every producer that can elevate themselves beyond that level, like whatever it takes. So yeah, you can't. Yeah, so there were times that there were some scenes that it wasn't even the acting that was the problem. It was the challenges that came along with the delivery, like that scene at the end. If you know where we shot that scene, you know that is the most dangerous and hazardous places to shoot a scene like that. It was a dangerous place. But so there were always those scenes where you just feel okay, all right, can this you just would not be satisfied because you feel
Mm-hmm.
you could have done more. And once you are of that opinion and Kemi watches it and she shares that opinion with you, she sees you are willing to give more, she will give you that opportunity to do it the second time.
Wow.
All the and all the actors on board to wake them up, even the ones that are not on schedule that day. Just we had a little WhatsApp group within us that once anybody puts it in the WhatsApp, and it wasn't just Adita, it was everybody. Once anybody puts it in the WhatsApp group, like, is Kemi happy with this scene? Are we happy with this scene? And we have like a 70-30. It's going to be redone. We already know it's going to be redone, and everybody is mentally prepared. So there wasn't any scenes I would say. There were scenes that I felt I wasn't, and most of those things we had to redo. But there were no scenes
Mm-hmm.
that I was never shaking, or my confidence was never wavered by the project. Not from the start. From the start, I was
Mm-hmm.
ready to carry on with it.
Okay, so guys, oh yes, my family members are coming up with things. Yes, somebody said we want season two. In fact,
Ah,
it will happen because Makanaki babe don't get belle. Wow, when did that happen?
There we go. So let me tell you something else I know about Kemi Adesiba. Yeah, she
Okay.
is the absolute master of teas. So if you ask 10 different people now, they will tell you 10 different directions that KOB2 can potentially go. That's what she does. She'll give it to you bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, and allow you just go and explode your head by yourself. I just die and resurrect again. And that's what she does. So if a season 2 would happen, like I said, it all depends on if the audience wants it, we got no choice.
We want it. I'm sure. Please, am I speaking for everybody? Yes, we want second one. Yes, yes, yes.
All right.
Thank you very much. Another, please, we would like to listen to you call Oba till I die. We're prepared. I'm sure you guys are ready.
I'm sure a lot of people can actually say it even better than me now.
No, please, we would like to hear it from you. So, no, I'll be Kemi Adesiba right now. So
Okay.
just wait. 3, 2, 1, action.
Till I die, Oba.
Wow,
How was that?
that's good. Okay, so family members, keep your questions coming. Let's ask questions from our people. So someone said, how many times did you go for an audition?
I went for auditions several times. I said it earlier. Like there were times that I will be producing a show. When I was producing African Magic Hustle, I had a couple of actors that I met that I casted and worked on my set that I met in auditions, and they'll be like, "Oh God, they help us. They also this hustle with us. Leave this acting for us now." And I'll just laugh over it. Some people will find it uncomfortable. I will just laugh over it, like, you know what? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm here for. So, and some of them will even try to identify me to, and I'm like, no, please, I don't, I'm here as
I don't want to
audition. It's audition, please, fair chance for everybody. I don't need anybody knowing that I'm a producer on another show. So yeah, I went for several auditions, several auditions.
Wow.
You got to bury your shame. Okay.
No, please continue.
Yeah, you got to bury your shame. You can't be ashamed or you can't be feeling shy. You can't be feeling, oh, no. You can't get anywhere with that. There are times that you got to just put all that aside if it is something that you know you want to do. So I did go for auditions. I can tell you that I did.
Wow, that's good. So guys, please keep your question coming. Anything you want to ask, just keep it coming. We'll ask them. So another person asks, are you really a loyalist? Are you a loyalist?
Okay, so what I would say is I try my best to do what is right by God first, and by my conscience. That's the humanity in me, irrespective. So you can't be the one to tell people if you're like, people are your mirror. It's people that will tell you. So I think you in that building, the first thing you want to do after this, go up and ask Kwame, is Titi loyalist? Yeah, so I mean, and so anybody that knows me, you can just ask them, So, but for me, all I do is we all have our faults, we all have our flaws. We can only try. But once those two things are satisfied for me, one, right by God and right by conscience, I think the rest of it. And sometimes right by conscience can seem very wrong and seem very brute and seem very harsh, and seem, like a dagger. But what is right is right.
Wow. Like, I'm so sure people are already writing the scripts for season 2. Somebody just said, what if Ade Tiger impregnates Makanaki's babe? Wow.
You are so right. This person is writing her own script by herself, because there was no point in time that narrative was sold. You didn't even say if Ade Tiger impregnated Agnes, or where did Ade Tiger meet Ojaba at all? There was no. But it's all good. I mean, I just keep coming. I'm sure the producers and the executive producers are also listening and watching. So yeah.
Okay. So somebody asked again, please, did Boxer really betray Oba? Truly, I even want to ask, did he really betray Oba? Because at some point I was thinking, Ade, you were lying. I'm serious. I was thinking you're lying. I'm like, why are you doing this to the person I love? Why?
Okay, so let me tell you what without causing any spoilers for those who still haven't watched.
I haven't
Okay.
watched it. Yes,
Yeah.
true.
So that the boxer story.
Mm-hmm.
Uh I would say confidently that KOB is one of those films that you cannot watch once and be satisfied. You can't watch it once. And there are so many films like, and I'm happy that we are coming to that point in Hollywood. You have to watch that story. For every time you need to watch that, you need to watch that whole season at least 3 times. At least 3 times. And
True.
for every time you watch it,
You just need to.
you would understand something that you didn't understand before. Either because you were carried away by the
Mm-hmm.
excitement or something else. Yeah. So the boxer story is very deep. I'm not going to tell you
Mm-hmm.
if he's betrayed or not, because that's the spoiler on its own. But what I would say is, in the end of it, we're gangsters, we're bad people that do bad things, sometimes for the greater good. So, and
True.
boxer, whatever he got, he knew what he was signing up for when he decided to come and work. Because apparently the untold story is that I'm the one that brought boxer in. Yeah, so he knew what he
Mm-hmm.
was signing up for. So when you're in the mafia cartels circle like that, you get me. There are games that are played. There are ways that things are arranged for the greater good. So, but just watch it again, and I'm sure you'll come to figure it out.
Okay, so people are saying, Ade Tiger, please, you should do a meet and greet. Yes, you should.
I
You've not
will
done
absolutely.
one.
I will.
Uh-uh.
I will absolutely. I will.
Okay, so
I'm
someone
working
else
on
has
it.
said, okay, that's beautiful. Ade Tiger, your undying loyalty was second to none, and I love you, no cap. Wow.
Thank you. I
Wow.
appreciate it.
Okay, so did you see yourself in the character of Ade Tiger?
Um, no actor sees themselves in any character until they are given the script. But sometimes some characters would resonate personal qualities that you may have, and those things will always help your delivery. Sometimes, when you share some traits with this character, in those places that
Mm-hmm.
you share traits, your delivery will be too because you will connect better with the emotions. You would express it better. So, for me, I would not. I would say Ade Tiger shares personality traits with me. Maybe not. But the point is
Mm-hmm.
that um, from the minute I got the script, uh, I I made up my mind to become that person. You really cannot
Mm-hmm.
deliver the best
True,
on the
that's it.
character if you don't. There are actors that they don't read scripts in full. They just read the scenes they want and they get away with it. But you could have actually done more. But you will never know the more you could have done if you are taking the time to read that script completely. It's the reason why even in silence when you are not speaking, people are still seeing your delivery because you are that person. You get me? You are actually
Yeah.
that person. So when you're not speaking, when you don't have lines, they are still seeing that person. It's resonating. Yeah, so that's how it is. So I I saw the character, I loved it. I even from the first episode, from the first season, I saw
Mm-hmm.
from the first part one. I love the character. I love the narrative of the character. The fact that um, a Stone Cold Killer is told from a different perspective from what has been seen in Nollywood recently. Usually you expect somebody looking like scars in the face, but it's a different story.
Yeah.
And I was watching Femi Branch's I was watching his analysis, and he was so spot on. Like he got it. Like he
Mm-hmm.
understood exactly like this is the it's one of the few people that I can say so far have analyzed the Ade Tiger character from a deep point of understanding. He knew what was what they were trying to sell with the character. So I loved it, and I just made up my mind that I was gonna do it. I was gonna do everything possible to do the best that I could to portray that character in the best way that I could.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So actor of the year. Wow. 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 Wow.
Please,
Wow.
oh,
Wow. So
please.
somebody said, I almost cried thinking he betrayed Oba. Yes. Please, at some point I felt you were going to betray her.
Me too. At
Uh-uh.
some point, I felt I was going to betray her. In short, when I was betraying her, I was betraying her legit. So because it had to be real. It had to be real. It was a
Mm-hmm.
grand plot. The plot was carefully masterminded. And I'm going to ask a question today, and
Mm-hmm.
it's some sort of a quizzer for the audience. And this is likely going to have to motivate people to watch again also. All right. So,
True, true. Okay.
at what point did Ade Tiger tell about the complete story? At what point did this entire plot start?
Wow.
So,
At what
I'll leave you
point
guys. I'll
did
leave you guys with
Ade
that one.
Tiger tell
Take it away.
tell about the real story, right?
Yes, homework. At what point did Ade Tiger confess everything to Oba? At what point?
Wow. Wow. Please, please, my family member, you guys can hear. At what point did Oba confess everything? Ade Tiger. I don't know.
So no, but no, that is a homework. Because if we start that conversation now, we'll be here till the end of the day. It's a homework, please. Just take it home, go watch it, and let that be another point of understanding or something else to intrigue you.
I know the point. I know the point.
Hey, keep it to yourself.
I know that point. I'll keep it to my
yourself.
I'll keep it to myself.
Lowest point.
My family members, don't worry. I'm here for you. One star. Okay, so people are even saying that how did Oba and Makanaki resolve their issue?
Assignment number 2.
Assignment number 2.
Assignment number 2.
Hey, yes.
Number 2.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Nigezie Xtreme. Yes, and we are grateful and happy that you came on board today. And I want people to keep following us. Please tell people to keep following Nigezie Xtreme. Please let me give you the room. Please tell us.
Please, guys. Nigezie is originally Nigerian, man. Trust me.
Yes,
It's still by far one of the best content providers as far as Afrocentric vibes, good music, and all around entertainment is concerned. So please follow Nigezie TV on all their platforms. Catch up on all the juicy gist. Don't miss anything. Nigezie for life. It's Nigezie. You got it.
It's Nigezie. Yes. In it. Okay, so please give a better shout out to Kwame in advance. Since his birthday is coming up on the 2nd of October. So please give a better shout out.
Kwame Licious, my guy. Yeah, man. So I want to give a big shout out to Kwame. We have a history in this industry, me and him, and I'm happy to have been a part of his journey, just as he has been a part of mine, and it gives me great joy. I feel very, very happy to witness this occasion. I've known him since he was in his 30s, so now that he is about to turn 50, it's a big thing, and I wish him more accomplishments in life, because that man never gets tired of accomplishments, and that's what it is. So I wish you more wins in everything that your endeavors, even outside the media, some of which I know. So I wish you more wins. I wish you more success. I wish Nigezie more and more greater heights. Whatever years have been destined for you to live on this earth, by God, you will live them fulfilled, day by day, year by year, up until the last day. And so shall it be.
Amen. So everybody's saying, everybody's saying, we love you. Thank you, and thank you. Wow, a lot are coming, but we can't take everything, guys. We can't take everything. Titi Kuti asked, please, one more question. Are you related to Fela Kuti? Are you? Please say it out.
The way you asked, most people just assume I'm his son. Excuse me. So yes, it's the same family tree, all right, but I'm not Fela's son, all right.
Okay.
I don't belong to I'm not the direct child. So you don't need to crack your head worrying where I fall in between Femi and Seun, or if it was a wife that nobody ever heard of. No, that's not it. Right? My father is still very much alive, and his name is Tunde, not Fela. But it's the same family tree.
Okay, so to the gifted and talented Nollywood actor, known for his good interpretation of roles in movies, whose style of acting has received wide acceptance, we say thank you for coming on board, for coming to our live. This is Nigezie Xtreme. And yes, please, I'm going to keep reminding you, his real name is Titi Kuti. Yes. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you coming. Thank you. And we hope when we call you again, you will please answer us.
Call me 100 times. 100 times, man. Is it not called biscuits?
It
100 times.
is.
Anytime you want, wake me up in the night and call me, I would respond. All right. It's been amazing. I've loved the session. I've enjoyed every conversation. I've enjoyed all the questions. I love this guy so much. Like the love is like I'm receiving all that positive energy and all that love, and I'm
Yes,
sending
yes,
all of it
yes.
right back to you guys. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being movie lovers. Thank you so much for loving KOB as a film. Thank you so much for following Nigezie. Thank you so
Yes,
much for being here with
so
us today. I look forward to meeting everybody again, and I love you guys so much till I die.
thank you. Thank you to my followers, my family members, as I'll always call you guys. Thank you. So, Titi Kuti is saying thank you. Thank you for joining. Yes, without you guys, who will we be talking to? Yes, thank you very much. We really appreciate Titi Kuti. Have a wonderful day and good luck to everything you do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right.
And don't
Hi
forget,
guys.
keep watching Nigezie. Titi, keep watching Nigezie.
Don't change the dial.
Yes,
It's
sir.
Nigezie.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
Hey guys, thank you very much for joining. Thank you to my family members, as I'll call you guys. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. Don't forget, this is still Nigezie Xtreme. Go and follow us. Yes, go and follow us on our Instagram page. Yes, at Nigezie Xtreme. Follow us everywhere, even YouTube self. Go and check for us at Nigezie Xtreme. Continue, keep following, and we'll accept, and we'll always follow back. Yes, that's a must. We'll follow back. That's a must. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I see everybody. I just can't keep continue calling names, but I see everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, we love you, Ade Tiger. We love you. We love. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Don't worry. Next time we'll call him and he will answer your questions. Yes. Oh, the nails. Why not? Why won't I not show you the nails? You guys are my family members. Yes, this is the nails, my darling. Thank you. Oh, you wanted to know if he's married? Don't worry. We'll send that question to him, and he would answer, and we'll post it on our Instagram page. Yes, so thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Yes, yes, yes. A lot, a lot. I can't read everything. Yes, please, we'll keep giving you good music. Yes. Yes, good music, good content. Yes, we will. Okay, so guys, I think we'll wrap up right now. You know now, I don't need to brag, but my name still remains Princess Peter. So go and follow me on Instagram at I am Princess Peters. Yes, put it together. No space, put it together. At I am Princess Peters. Yes, the only queen in virtual media network. I know. Okay, so thank you to everybody. Thank you to the old virtual media, Isimbido, Area 10, Orisun, Nigezie Sef. Thank you to Vien 007. Thank you to David for making this happen. We love you. Thank you to Bola for writing the questions down for me. Thank you, Ade, not Ade Tiger, please, though. Ade. Thank you, Ade. Ade, he knows himself. Thank you for setting everything up. Thank you. We love you. Thank you to Mr. Emmanuel for setting the lights, everything. Thank you, Fidelia, for everything, for all the comments. Yes, yes. I see you. Yes, we know our signature. Thank you, Philip. Who else? Thank you to the content manager of Nigezie Xtreme, Shegun. We love you. Thank you very much. And to everybody, even listening video said, Charles, so Amos, so thank you. And thank you to our one and only father, our daddy, Kwame Niger. We love you, sir. Thank you very much. So, guys, yes, anticipate the jollyment, the love, everything. 2nd of October. We bust down the street. We scatter everywhere. For his sake. Do you know who we are? Yes. So, Fred, yes, thank you for the audio. Thank you to everybody. Amos Isimbido. Yes, please continue following. Keep following, keep following. Thank you, Elijah. Before he will kill me, that I don't mention his name. Mr. Rotimi, thank you. Thank you. He was here when we started. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Keep following. Keep following. And please follow me. Yes, I'm too pretty to not have followers after today. What's that? Please follow me at I am Princess Peters. Yes. And follow Nigezie Xtreme. Yes. So I have seen that Shegun has returned. Yes, I've seen it. Thank you very much. We love you. Bye.